Well, welcome folks, of course, Jace here from the Pits TV, and welcome to the Riverton Show. Of course, this is an event that's been put together by a numerous amount of people that has grown from strength to strength over the last couple of years. And one of the organisers of this is this man here, Chris Ado. Now, Chris, tell us exactly what the deal is, who runs the show and how it all come about.
It's run by the Riviera Touring Cars. It's the local car club in town. It's just started off few guys, having a couple of beers and deciding that we need to do something as a club. So the club was formed. This is our 9th show, so we've done 9 successful shows, and the weather gods have been really good to us every year. So yeah, it's just comes ahead in leaps and bounds each year, Jose.
Absolutely, and of course I can see there must be a huge number of cars here. They've got a couple of big paddocks filled up here. How many cars would you expect to be here today?
Well, last year we had 414, and I've just had a look before and we were up to 360, so yeah, we might reach it again this year, Jace, I'm not sure, but it's still a great day out.
Okay, so if you were somebody that was looking to come to the show, say next year or whatever, what can you offer to everybody that comes here? I can see there's Central South and Freight. I've got a couple of big trucks running around in there, all sorts of different bits and pieces. So if I was somebody who wanted to come down, what could I expect?
Well, as you say, the Central Southland trucks are there. They give the kids truck rides. We've got a whole lot of stalls up the other end there. We've got bouncy castles, jeeps, that sort of stuff. We've got the Riverton Touring Cars Barbecue, which is a HQ Holden or Premier, actually, not just an ordinary HQ, but Premier. And the boys are flat stick cooking venison steaks and sausages and chips and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here to offer, and also the cars to see, obviously.
Well, I was going to talk about that now, actually, and I can see once again you have these cars all sort of broken down into different areas. Now, what is the way the judging works on this? So if somebody wanted to bring a car down and enter this event, obviously everybody's welcome from all over the country?
Oh, most certainly. Anybody with any sort of car is welcome to enter this here. The judging, we do top 10 cars, top 2 motorbikes, an entrance choice, and then there's the president's choice. So some part of the day I've got to go around and find a car that takes my fancy and dish that one out.
Have you sort of found something yet, or are you just going to wait and see what the numbers are, make sure that something doesn't show up a bit later?
I've got a couple in mind, but yeah, when most of the cars are in here, I'll do another final wee walk around and decide on which one I want to pick.
Now, of course, yourself, you've got a classic car as well, and we sort of interviewed you last year, I think, on that one. We'll have to catch up and have a look at it and see if you've done anything to it. Have you done anything to it?
It's not even here, Jason.
Well, that's terrible, Chris.
Well, it just so happens with things that have been going on this week, it's just, I just didn't get time to clean it. My son's been using it, so.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of people that are involved in this. Is there anybody in particular that, given the opportunity, you want to thank?
The whole club, really. It's there's not just one person that does it. It's we've got 55 to 60 members here, and it's something that we all get involved in. You could just about find every one of them here on the field in some job that they're doing, whether they're at the gate, cooking your steak on the barbecue, or directing cars. They're all over the place.
It's good too. Okay, well, you might go around and have a bit of a look around and catch up with some people and talk to some people, and some pretty cool cars here. Thanks very much for inviting us out here, and hope the day goes and the weather stays. Looks like it's going to be okay.
Yeah, no, I think, as I said before, the weather gods have been pretty good to us. This is the 9th year that we've run it, and we've never been rained out yet. So,
well, best of luck for the rest of the day.
Thanks very much, Jason.
Some pretty new cars around here at the Riverton show here, and we've got one right behind us which is owned by this man here, Laurie. Laurie, fantastic looking Fairlane here. Tell us a little bit about the detail of this machine.
Yeah. It's a 1963 Fairlane 500. I've had it about 12 months. I've just recently purchased it from a gentleman in Dunedin.
And so what made you get into something like this? Is it sort of like childhood memories, or is it just something you've always wanted to get?
Well, actually, it relates back to my brother, who was unfortunately killed 2 years ago coming to a road hot rod meeting in Dunedin 2 years ago, and he was unfortunately killed. And I always wanted to have a car of this type of calibre, so that's where it stemmed from. It's just a fulfilment of a lifetime dream.
Absolutely fantastic. Tell me a bit about the car. So what sort of motor's running in it?
It's got a Windsor 289 in it. As far as I know, it's an original motor.
So no tweaks, just as it is?
It's just as it is, original, yeah.
And anything that you want to do to the car yourself?
The only thing I've done to it so far is put new inserts in the seats, because as you can imagine, a car of this age, they're just rotting away, so that's the only thing I've going to do to it, and it's going to stay stock standard original.
Alrighty then, so I want to just leave it exactly the way it was because it's the way you like your cars, huh?
Correct, yeah. This is the original paintwork on it, so it lasted pretty well over the last 50 odd years, so it's pretty well done.
Looks damn good actually, doesn't it, for it's a beautiful looking machine as well. Alrighty, hey, well thanks very much for talking to us, and obviously this is your lifestyle now, going around to different car shows.
Certainly, this is just going to be a way of life, hopefully, and see what results from it.
I'd imagine you've already met quite a few good people along the way, have you?
Oh yes, it's a great fraternity, these hot rod people and classic cars. It's just amazing the helpfulness of everybody around the place.
Are you based from down here?
Yes, I'm based here in Invercargill, yeah.
Okay, so and obviously looking to go up the countries a bit further and stuff?
Yes, well, we hope to go up to Kaitangata later on next month, and then the big one is going up to the Caroline Hop. So we'll see how we go up there.
Excellent. Hey, well, thanks very much for bringing your car here, eh?
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Righty, one of the really unique cars here at the Riverton Show is this Falcon that's in behind me here. It's an Interceptor actually. It's pretty much a replica of the Mad Max car. We've got Roger White here. Roger, tell us why.
Because I can. It's something different, and that's what I wanted to build. I've got a couple of Falcons that are all pretty pristine, but I wanted just something that was a bit of an edge on everything else and a bit of a showstopper, and I actually wanted to build a show car, so I have had a fair bit of experience with Fords. No experience with fiberglass or anything like that, and so I thought, right, this is the one, and yeah, this is what I produced.
Okay, so tell me a bit of background about the car. So the car was obviously it's a what, XA?
XB Fairmont, so which is as close to a GT as you can get. It was a genuine V8. It came out of Kaiapoi, brought it from a panel beater that obviously didn't quite finish it off. Stripped it right back, bare metalled, every nut and bolt, every panel, everything all done. Motor's done. That's a Cleveland 393 with a supercharger. Unlike Mad Max, whose supercharger was just a switch that turned it on and off, this one actually works, and yeah, tyres seem to spin a bit quicker than what the car wants to go forward. And it drinks fuel like about 6 to the gallon, so it takes a mini tanker to run it. Yeah, no, it's just all the bits and pieces were all sort of done locally. The panel beating and painting were done in town. And I was there all the time and assisted them. So, and the fiberglass, the kit for the flares and the spoilers were all brought out of Australia. There's 2 places to buy them. I brought the wrong one, so I ended up having a big lesson in fiberglass, and this is what's come out. So it's a nice straight car and goes like a cut cat.
Absolutely, it's no fake stuff on this puppy, is there? So tell me, how long did it take you to build the car?
I was on a mission. It was 18 months. I wanted to debut it at Riverton Car Show last year, and I made the date, but I didn't quite have it certified and road legal then, but it is now. It's all complete. So I took it into VTNZ to get it certified and put it over the pit, and all the guys in there all went over it and under it and that, and all the other people that were trying to get their warrants and trucks done were all complaining because no one was working on them. So it drew right from that day. It drew people to have a look. So. Yeah,
I mean, obviously it's a bit of a head turner and stuff like that, but literally you said you just wanted something unique. I can just about confirm for you, you've certainly got that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, yeah, I've tried to get every detail, even the paint code's the correct code, the details of the graphics are all correct. The centre wheel centres are the correct one, the steering wheel's the correct, and there's a panel on the roof that I had to chase very hard to find that. I got it out of the States in the end, and when I pulled it apart and to wire it all up, all the switches and that, it had made in Australia, so I'd gone right around in a big circle, but it's pretty genuine. So
Is it finished? Like, is this it?
It's all finished, complete. Yeah, it's ready to run on the road, and we've been up to Whangamata, so we've done all 4 runs up there for the 4 days. So
I suppose it's a bit of a lifestyle for you now, isn't it? I mean, like, this will be something you just want to go and show off to everybody,
Yeah.
and I'd imagine that a lot of people would want to see it.
well, it is, and I know I never wanted to be one of those trailer ponies, but I had to build a trailer to take it around. Otherwise, black paint's the worst thing you can ever have, and it gets chipped. So I'll do that for a couple of years, and I've taken it for a few drives, on runs and that. So it's not fresh out of the box, but it's getting a few Ks on it and settles in. And so
We might have to make a wee visit, when you're not at a car show, so we can go for a run of it. So certainly do a little bit different.
yeah. Well, that can be arranged. Everything can be arranged.
Hey, Roger, thanks very much for that, and hey, thanks very much for bringing along to the Riverton Show.
Good as gold, and it's a good turnout and a good show. Thanks very much to the organisers. Cheers.
Okay, they come in all shapes and sizes here at the Riverton Show, and nothing more unique than this machine here. This is a fire engine, and Logan Kennedy is going to tell us all about this. Logan, tell us a bit about the history and how you've come to sort of, obviously you're a fireman, so it sort of works part and parcel, doesn't it?
Yeah. I've been a volley here for about the last 4.5 years, and it's always been there. I believe it was built, it's 1938, it was built and served in the war originally, and then it was commissioned as a fire engine, and it was Riverton's first ever fire engine. And then from when it had been decommissioned, the brigade's brought it back, and it's been there ever since.
So tell us, diesel engine, anything much about what's running it?
Yep, so it's running a 239 cubic inch Ford flathead, petrol V8. Yep.
Do the job, it'll get it there. And so how does it all work? Like, can you put water in it, or does it tow something? What's the story?
In the past, it used to have a wee tank on the bank. It's no longer there anymore, so it's only suction. It needs to be fed through the pump itself. It used to carry a tank. It's got a hose reel on the back that used to be hooked up to the tank, but none of that's there anymore. So,
Ever felt the urge to take it out to a real fire?
it would go surprisingly well. The pump still runs in that. We've had it out playing quite good. So, full-time four-wheel drive, so it should go most places.
It's a really good asset for for you guys as well. I mean, to have a bit of history sitting in the fire station, it's got to be a good thing, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a cool old thing. We about this time last year, we rebuilt the gearbox, transfer box, bottom end of the motor, so she's all pretty much brand new in there now.
Oh, looks absolutely fantastic, Logan, and thanks very much for talking to us, and enjoy the rest of the day, and thanks for bringing it here.
It's bloody cracker, eh? Thank you.
Alrighty, beautiful looking car here, 1958 Ford Fairlane Skyliner 500, and we've got Garth Payne in here who's going to tell us all about this. Now Garth, how did you come about this wee beast?
It was on Auto Trader a few years ago, and a guy in Thames had it, so I brought it off him.
So is it like a midlife crisis thing that you wanted to have a nice wee set of wheels, or you just really wanted one of these?
No, hell no, I've got a midlife crisis, exactly.
You've always got to have one of those, don't you? So tell us a bit about the car. Do you know much about its history?
Yeah, it was originally Palomino Brown, 352, come from Texas, I think, originally, and it was restored in America, come over here and just keep doing stuff to it. You just keep spending.
That's some of the things with cars, isn't it? You can never do enough, and I said it's absolutely mint. That paint job is just so reflective and so straight. Obviously a fair bit of maintenance in it to keep it like this.
Not too bad. No, it's just spend money on it, keep it clean, and everything seems to keep going. Touch wood.
Absolutely. Do you show it off much? Do you get around the countryside much at all?
Cromwell, might go to Rangiora in January, I think, and Kaitangata, next month. But yeah, we do a couple of them.
All right, so that electric, is it, or is it all mechanical? That the roof.
6 motor electric drives the roof. Electric windows, electric seats.
For a 1958 car, you'd think that's a pretty sort of a high-end sort of a deal. I bet you it would have been a few dollars worth back when it was first came out.
I think from memory it was about 20 million they spent on development from 57 to 59 on these cars. But they're never a winner because there's no boot room in them.
Yeah, I suppose there's got to be a bit of a justification, but I can see you've got enough room there to put a Spates pack in there.
Yeah, only do what you can do, can't you?
Absolutely. Hey, well, thanks very much for having a talk to us, Garth. And I see you're already enjoying the afternoon with a quiet refreshment and just enjoying the atmosphere.
Yeah, no, it's a good day. Everyone should come.
Okay, folks, here we go with, we just had a bit of a demonstration here with Robert Shearing, who has this nice dragster beside us here. Now, Robert, we spoke to you last year at this particular show about this car, but what I did notice is that just before you fired up, a lot of work's got to go on just to even fire the car up. Why is that?
It's just because it runs on methanol, so you've got to start it on avgas, and I always run it down at the end of the day on avgas as well to clean the engine out. So there's a lot of systems you got to check: oil, fuel, make sure that the fuel tap's on, and a whole heap of drama before you actually do start it. You can't start it on your own, obviously.
Yeah, I see you got the boys are involved heavily there trying to get it all fired up and stuff. So obviously this thing would need a rebuild just about every year, does it? So what's involved in that?
Yeah, seasonally you just check. It only done 21 passes last year, so I just check valve train and oil filters and bearings and things, just a basic check. But depending on how many runs, every couple of seasons you got to pull it down and do everything.
So give us the technical details for those people that missed it last year. What's it run? Tell us the whole drive chain. What's it made up of?
Well, it's a 67 Camaro, top door slammer. Runs a 509Q big block Shears, which is about 8.3 litres. 1071 supercharger with an injection head on methanol. It's got a 3-speed reverse pattern, 400 turbo and a 9-inch.
Unbelievable, eh? So fastest run it's done?
I've done an 8.0 at 173. This engine's just an engine I had in a street car, so I'm in the process of hopefully doing another engine soon to get it back in the 7s where it used to be.
Unbelievable, and be hard to hang on to, eh?
No, pretty good actually on a good track. I race occasionally at our local track in Tiratonga and Invercargill, but it's an unprepped track and it's a wee bit dodgy, but I have done 8s there at 163 mile an hour. yeah, good for a thrill.
Where do you need to go to get the competition in this, in this country for this type of car?
Christchurch or the North Island, really. North Island's where the better tracks are, it's where it is. I haven't been up there in this car yet, but I was hoping this season, but I think it'll be next season before I get that way.
Absolutely. Hey, well, you certainly frightened a few people. There's one guy that was walking behind, just about blew him off his feet with this deal. Obviously, lots of safety measures in these things as well. Clearly, to be racing something like this. Have you ever had a big off?
No, I haven't had a big off in this car. I've been lucky that way, touch wood, but it has got an onboard fire extinguisher, and you're all harnessed in, and everything is pretty safe.
Just before we go, Robert, clearly there's a lot of people that are involved in making this deal happen. Not only do you have a good crew, but obviously some good advertisers, sponsors that look after you as well. We'll give you that opportunity to thank those people now. Yeah,
I've got a good crew, my son Jordan and his mate Hayden, and then sponsors couldn't do it without them, which is Aprima Engineering, Old Iron Garage, Insignia Signs, there was Auto Centre in Invercargill as well, V8 parts, everything. He's a good bloke in there to deal with. So without your sponsors, it's hard going.
Absolutely. Is there a lot of work involved in, parts really available in Invercargill or Southland for these types of things, or do you have to look further afield?
No, Auto Centre in town, Peter there, he's bloody good. If you want something, he'll find it. No dramas, yeah.
It's the type of guy you want in a town like this, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We're a small town, but we got some good people here, yeah.
Well, so look at the amount of cars here. And you like bringing it out to the car show? Would you recommend anybody else that's got, nothing better to do on a weekend like this and drop out to Riverton for the car show?
Yeah, no, it's a good car show. It's always well supported, and it's good to have different things for the crowd to see. Like, we got quite a few different things here this year with Speedway boys with their stuff here, and it's good, just more vehicles, more people interested in different stuff.
Absolutely. Hey, Rob, thanks very much, mate.
Yeah, cheers.
Okay, folks, not just do we have cars here at the Riverton Show, we've also got a really good lineup of bikes, and one of the very unique ones we've managed to be able to find is owned by this man here, Gibbo. Now, mate, this is a fantastic looking bike. We just, obviously, that scale just really sets it off for us. Tell us, what is it?
It's a 2003 Texas Iron Horse chopper made by the Iron Horse company in the States.
Okay, so how did you source it? Where did it come from?
Well, my daughter actually found it on Trade Me for sale, and I bought it, and ended up with it. So
you got it out of New Zealand, you didn't have to go overseas to get it at all?
Yeah, out of Rotorua. It came from a guy in Rotorua.
Okay, so tell us, motor-wise, all that sort of stuff, what is it? What does it run?
It's an S&S engine. It's 1890 cubes. It's a big one. It's just about 2 litre. 6-speed. Goes like anything. Stump pulling power.
I'd imagine it would. What about, is it easy to ride? I mean, obviously with that sort of chopper style and stuff?
It's an educational ride, yeah. It's not for the faint-hearted. You can't just jump on them and ride them.
It's an unbelievable looking machine. And so I say most of it's probably customised away from you, but you're saying before that you've done some stuff yourself. What have you done to it?
Like we've modified all the headlights, tail lights, a lot of the chrome work, and just detailed it really, and just followed on and finished it off the way we like it here.
So is this finished though?
Oh, they're never finished. Never finished.
For many years though, we've known you to more have classic cars and stuff like that. You still got a few of those? You got a hearse and stuff by memory?
No, sold the hearse, but I have got a classic car here. I've got a Valiant Charger here today as well.
Oh, well, you're obviously tied up with a lot of vehicles these days, eh?
Oh, yeah, this one, that one, and the Charger. So, yeah, we've got a bit going on.
And, of course, obviously not too many bikes here today, but would you recommend this car show for anybody that's looking to come in?
Yeah, recommend this to anyone. Bikes, cars, trucks, anything. It's a good show. And also up and coming, bit of a plug for the Kaitangata Car Show. Bloody good one to go to too. So it's a good culture to be in.
Obviously you're heavily involved in it as well, and you try to do as many car shows as you can.
Yeah, as many as we can. Well, not just car shows, motorsport events, just whatever we can get to at the time. It's pretty time consuming and we don't have a lot of time, but yeah, just whatever we can get to.
You're here for a good time too, mate, not a long time, eh?
That's what we're here for,
Hey, Gibbo, thanks very much for having a chat to us, mate, and congratulations, mate. That's a beautiful looking bike, and thanks very much for coming along.
Thanks, cheers.
Okay, folks, we've seen this car floating around town over the last couple of months. It's been put together by these two people here. It's a beautiful pink Falcon. I'd never thought I'd say those two words in the same sentence before, but Anthony, you're sort of a man that sort of helped Lana to get this thing together. Tell us what the car is and where you come and how you come about getting it.
It's an XY. We've got a HQ Monaro, and she's always wanted me to put pink bits on it, and I said mine's original, and I said no, you get a Falcon and do what you want because it's a Falcon. So yeah, we started off with a car and ended up buying a second car because the first car wasn't so good. So we ended up picking what we wanted, bought a bench seat, put a shifter in the dash, changed everything to suit us. We wanted it totally different, not like everyone else's car, and we modified it to suit with all the little trim and finishing bits that Lana liked and wanted. So, and a lot of pink bits.
And there's definitely a lot of pink bits, so we can see lipstick as the holders and the indicator stalk and the gear shift and all that sort of stuff. Obviously a lot of thought, bit of time, obviously a fair few dollars as well tied up.
Yeah, we won't even go there. They reckon if it's got some parts of a woman and tyres. But yeah, no, it's been all worth it. It's, you know, you might get run over by a truck tomorrow, make the most of it. So yeah, we've put a lot of time and energy into it, and with the help of Lou got in and did all the main work, and we did all the donkey work and cleaned stuff up. But yeah, it's been an inspiration just doing it. Lana's learned a lot about cars and things she didn't know, like where the window winders are. And
Yeah, no electric windows this one, Lana.
No, that's right.
Okay, so now I know for a fact, I know this car personally, obviously, and yeah, I know you've got a like 302 sitting under the hood at the moment, but that's all about to change very shortly, isn't it?
yeah, we're getting a 351 stroke, getting put in through Mel Hills and Christchurch, engine builder. And yeah, just a bit more power, probably too much, and probably blow the back end out and have to change that and change everything else. And just like a woman, throw money at it, keep throwing money at it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get a return out of one of them anyway, I'm sure. But obviously you've built it to use it too. It's not one of these cars that sits in the garage. You only bring it out, on the weekends. You use it quite a bit. Trips to Alex and all that sort of stuff, Lana.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Car shows and stuff. Like, I mean, you want to do as many of those as you can. You're here at Riverton. You think you were here last year, but you didn't bring any cars last year, did you?
No, we had a big catering job. But we did Wings and Wheels in Alexandra. It was the first show. This is the second show. So yeah, we hope to get it out and let everyone see it. And we're proud of it. So yeah, get it out there and show it.
Do the boys give you a hard time?
Yeah, Lana put the thing on the back window to make it it's not mine. But yeah, no, it's mine.
And what about you, Lana? All the girls will love it, eh?
Yeah, that's right. But at the end of the day, I've built it for myself, not them. So yeah, heaps of comments and good and bad.
I mean, you've done everything though. Everything you could do. The seats look immaculate. The whole back end, sub-samps, all that sort of stuff, all nicely hidden and well presented and stuff. Also, at night, it looks a bit of a treat too, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got lights all underneath and under the dash and in the boot.
Anthony, tell us, Holden Ford, two different people here. Who wins?
Valiant.
Well, that's good. Hey, guys.
No arguments.
Yeah, well, that's probably a good point, actually. Alrighty. Hey, well, thanks very much for talking to us. Thanks for bringing it along as well. And hey, best of luck with the rest of the day.
Excellent. Thanks. It's our pleasure.
Wow, what a bit of a combination we have here at the Riverton Show. We've got a car and boat combination, and we've got Michael here. Michael, mate, fantastic looking setup you got here. Tell us a bit about it. Where's the car and what's the boat about?
Well, the car, my father bought it brand new in 1961, bought it out from the States, and it's been in the family ever since. I restored it 13 years ago after Dad died, actually, and with the boat I bought that about 3 years ago from Kingston, and it's been fully restored. It's got a Mark II Zephyr motor in it, factory, and the boat was actually built brand new in Dunedin at Partnell Brothers. So we rebuilt the trailer and made up new guards for it. I'm a panel beater by trade, so yeah.
So that certainly would have helped.
Yeah, it did. It definitely. Well, the car side of it anyway, but I didn't know a lot about wood, but you learn about it as you go on, and yeah, so that's what we've got there.
Amazing. And so tell us a bit about the motor that's in this thing. Is it, anything flash?
Well, it's the factory motor, which is a 313, but it's got 318 heads on it, which changes the whole system a bit. It gets along pretty good. The motor actually came out of a race car years ago. It was owned by a guy in Timaru, yeah.
So it's had a couple of tweaks done to the motor, get it running along quite nicely.
Yeah, no, but apart from that, it's pretty much factory, apart from wheels, etc., yeah.
So is the old push-button trans in there?
Yes, it's still got the automatic push 3-speed. Yeah, it's all good, yeah.
It looks like an absolutely wonderful car. So obviously you're quite happy the way the combination is. There's no way you're going to change it.
No, I love it. Yeah, no, we've won a few shows with it and stuff like that, and got in the top 10 a few times, and yeah, it's all been good. The car's been fully done inside and out. It's got all the fancy stereo system in the boots, and all the upholstery was done at Hemi's and Invercargill, and no, I'm really pleased with it.
Absolutely. And so do you do a lot of travelling around with it?
Yes, we do a lot of car shows. It never sits at home. We always, if there's a car show on, we're there. Yeah.
It's good that you got something like this and you want to, share it with people. There's no point having it sitting in the garage where no one can see it, eh?
That's dead right. Yeah, not good at all. Yeah.
And what about this car show here? We're at Riverton, obviously, for this show. Is it one that you recommend other people that have maybe got something similar to come along and show it off?
Oh, for real. You get down here and there's so many different cars, old, new, and there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been done and a lot of stuff you never see, and it's brilliant. Where they all come from, I'll never know.
Well, this is the whole thing. A car culture down this part of the country is unbelievable too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's really good, yeah.
You're based where?
In Gore.
Okay, so you brought down from Gore, that's even better. So you come a wee bit of not so far, but it's enough to bring it down here anyway. Yeah. And enjoying the day?
Yes, absolutely loving it. We always enjoy it down here. Yep.
Anything you've seen that you've liked, taken a particular shine to?
Oh, there's quite a few cars down here I like. Yeah, it's hard to sort of put my finger on which one I like, really, to be honest.
That's how many cars there is. There's just about 400, I think, I'm led to believe.
It'd have to be, yes, it'd have to be 400 here.
Yeah. Hey, well, thanks very much for talking to us, Bud, and hey, thanks very much for coming along too.
Not a problem at all. Thank you, guys.